Oh, they are here waiting.
Oh, nice. What did you find?
What did I find? Nothing.
A single sea elf bested the lot of you?
She hit us like a storm of steel. Didn't kill anyone though, just put us in the sand.
Can you believe this? I came to check on my knights when I found them indisposed. House Mornard's finest. Pah! Now, who are you?
Oh, this is Banner at Korik. Sir Stefan sent me to investigate the cove. Can you tell me what happened here?
My knights tracked a band of dread sails to the cave here at Suncleft Cove. As they tell it, however, a single sea elf tore through them before they could search inside. Didn't even bother to kill them. Just knocked them senseless and left them here.
Sir Stefan mentioned captives.
Right. That was in my report. Since Sir Stefan sent you, I could use your help. Scout the cave. We have to find the prisoners and free them. I'll follow once my knights recover. Just watch out. The sea elf who beat them is somewhere inside.
I'll scout the cave and look for the captives.
Remember, we think the dread sails have prisoners in there. Maybe some knights, but certainly druids from the nearby village. Find them if you can and set them free. We'll join you as soon as my knights recover their senses.
What can you tell me about the red sails?
Nothing good, that's for certain. They're pirates, slavers, murderers, thieves. In my experience, the only good sea elf is a dead sea elf. These dread sails, though, they're the worst of their kind.
Have the red sails been a problem on Galen before now?
Nothing like this. Isolated raids, some pillaging. They were pirates before, but now they act like a conquering army. Watch out for the one that knocked my knights senseless. She must be quite a fighter to defeat them without spilling any blood.
Okay, who are you exactly?
Korik's the name. Banneret in the service of House Mornard. My family has proudly served the lords of Galen for generations. I'll bring these murderous sea elves to battle and defeat them, or die in attempt.
What's a banneret?
Oh, not familiar with knightly ranks? Do they do things differently on the mainland? A banneret is the equivalent of a captain in my order. A knight who commands other knights. Looks like I've got some work to do with these louts, though.
What can you tell me about the red sails?
Nothing good, that's for certain. They're pirates, slavers,
Yeah.
murderers, thieves. In my experience, the only good sea elf is a dead sea elf. These dread sails, though, they're the worst of their kind.
And we have this. I've encountered red sail pirates before.
And you lived to tell the tale. I'm impressed. You might be able to teach my knights a thing or two. Maybe Sir Stefan will lend you to me as a training officer when this is all over.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Now let's go into the cave.
This one has the information I seek. We simply need to extract it from her. I'll take her with me to the keep. Dispose of the rest as you wish, but do not tarry long.
No, please. Don't hurt them. You only need me.
Yeah, I have to go all the way to go up there.
Start up. Get moving.
Let's do that for some healing.
Stay your hand, stranger. This sea elf saved our lives.
I told the fool knights outside I wasn't their enemy. Do you have more sense than them?
I don't know.
You're willing to talk. At least you're smarter than those knights outside. I suppose Sea Lord Nalos and his scum have taught the people of this island to fear anyone with blue skin. Understand this. I don't answer to that foul beast.
Nice outfit you have there. If you're not with the Red Sails, who are you?
Captain Siravane of the Gilded Blades. You'd call me a pirate, I suppose. But I'm not one of Sea Lord Nalos' traitors, and I'm not involved in all this druid foolishness. You look confused. Must be from the continent. Yes, I'm a Marmer.
Sir Stefan Molnar sent me to find these captives.
Well, they're not captives anymore, and you and I need not be enemies. Sea Lord Nalos is my quarry, for reasons of my own. But I'll tell you this much, mercenary. Nalos seeks some sort of druid relic. Calls it a sacred seed.
Where did Sea Lord Nalos go?
I'm not sure. That slimy eel escaped and he took one of the druids with him. Probably thinks she can take him to that seed. No matter. I'll find him. Warn your allies about the Sea Lord mercenary. Galen isn't safe while he lives.
I'll tell Sir Stefan what you said.
The sea elf escaped. Oh, too bad. At least we can get these druids to safety. We'll handle things from here. Return to Vastir and report to Sir Stefan when you're ready. I'll see these druids back to their village. You should return to Vastir and report to Sir Stefan. He needs to know what happened here. He should be back in Castle Mornard by now. You'll find him there.
We of the Eldertide Circle pride ourselves on fighting our own battles. But I am glad you came along when you did, Mainlander.
Okay, and here I can just jump. Oh, I don't have to jump. We have stairs. We have coffee.
My antlers look hungry.
Oh, I have to go into the city. Okay, let's go and take that way shrine.
Good quality there.
Companion's necklace.
Ready to write the next chapter of our...
Okay, I will go with the main story. There is another side quest over here. Let's just go into the city here. Vostir. Oh, this city is... Oh, that's interesting.
These sea elf pirates become more brazen every day. When is House Mornard going to do something?
You know, House Dufort never has these problems on High Isle.
That's not entirely true. There are those incidents with the Ascendant Order.
Okay, I can see some quests over here.
Taking that aroma, folks. That's the Chef Razi's guarantee. You there, traveler. You look as adventurous as my taste buds. Care to help the greatest chef in Tamriel with an urgent task?
Let's see.
Is this smoke in my eyes? Or have my prayers been answered? I'm a bit of a culinary adventurer, but you look like you explore more dangerous haunts. Am I right? How would you like to assist me with my newest expedition in the realm of flavor?
What are you trying to do?
My profession takes me all over the world, crafting new delicacies. And Galen here is bubbling with potential. I want to make the spiciest dish in all of Tamriel. A dish that melts in your mouth, or that just plain melts your mouth. Ha!
And where do I come into this?
I'm planning a fork-tender Volkish ribeye, deglazed with brandy for a nice pan sauce, all topped with blistered volcanic reaper peppers for a fiery kick. While I cater to the crowd, I need someone to source those ingredients. What do you say?
I can retrieve these ingredients for you.
Good to know you can stand the heat. The Volkish meat and reaper peppers can be found in the wilds of northern Galen. Try buying some Vastir brandy over at the Jaded Ornog Tavern. Then hurry back. I'll save you the first scrumptious bite.
What can you tell me about the ingredients you need me to find?
A meal's only as fine as its ingredients. And locally sourced and rare ingredients are all the better. What would you like to know?
Tell me about the Volkish meat.
First and foremost, we want to practice safe food handling. So be sure you don't let that smoldering cut set you ablaze. Sure, it's extra work to harvest from a creature born in magma, but I'm certain it's got a unique flavor that can't be beat.
Tell me about the volcanic reaper peppers.
Hotter than dragon's breath, and about as hard to find. They grow in ashes warmed by fresh lava flows. So where you find those peppers, you can bet there's probably a Volkesh or two nearby. I can't wait to dice some up and try them raw.
Tell me about the Vastir brandy.
I've heard great things about a brandy being made right here on Galen. Talk to Foucault Pirain at the Jaded Ornog. It's a little hard to get a hold of, but supposedly it's the best. And who would I be to deny my dish the very best?
So who exactly are you?
Oh, Tava's mercy, forgive me. Once I've got a dish on my mind, it's hard to think about anything else. I am Raziz,
chef of counts, saucier of servants, baker extraordinaire, and all-around purveyor of local delicacies. At your humble service.
So, you're a famous chef?
Famous? That's a matter of opinion. The more places I visit, the more chance I have of becoming a household name, I suppose. But I don't care about that as much as I do about my mission.
Your mission?
To travel the world and craft the most exotic things known to man and mer. I strive to make food that would be the envy of the divines, the lamentation of the Daedra. A lofty goal, sure, but what brings us mortals together more than food?
And that's what drew you to Galen?
Of course! How could I not come after hearing so much of the beautiful sisters? And with your help, my dish today will impart the blazing power and heat of Mount Firesong. Oh, I can taste it already.
Okay. Oh, it's the same spot. Oh, that's nice. I have 2 quests there. And this is Swords Need for House Mornard. Soldier of the Idols. Let's see into the journal. I found a notice that say House Mornar in Vastir, 6 adventures for dangerous work across Galen. The notice directs me to talk to Arbaud Sedmain in the city of Vastir for more details. Maybe this one will lead me to the dailies for dungeons or delves or world bosses. The dailies are right here.
The ground gives way and fire
By the looks of you, I imagine you're here about the handbills posted around the city. Does that mean you're up for the dangerous work House Mornard is offering?
Are you handling contracts for House Mornar?
No, I oversee their dispersal. Lady Julene and the Druids, Gastok and Aishabe can tell you about specific jobs that are available. Each tend the wiles in their own way, but they all benefit Galen and have been approved by House Mornard.
Alright, how do I sign up for one of these jobs?
If you've got the steel to work alone, talk to Julene Cressel. If you don't mind cooperating with other sellswords, I hear Druid Gastok and Druid Aishabe have some dangerous work. And take this, a gift from the house for your aid. Julene Cressel has jobs for a lone sellsword. For Druid Gastok and Druid Aishabe's tasks, you will need the aid of some hardy companions. They all pay well, and I can also offer the thanks of House Mornard.
Are you handling contracts for House Mornar?
No, I oversee their dispersal. Lady Julene and the Druids, Gastok and Aishabe can tell you about specific jobs that are available. Each tend the wiles in their own way, but they all benefit Galen and have been approved by House Mornard.
Now, here's an intrepid explorer if I've ever seen one. How would you like to help Savage Sisters Tours get on its feet? I've got a satchel of coin ready to reward anyone brave enough to step up.
What kind of job do you have for me?
Galen is savage, untamed, and rugged. That brings in the intrepid explorers. But this island is also downright gorgeous, too. And no place is more gorgeous than Fawn's Thicket on the western coast. The flowers there are simply lovely.
I'm sure they are. What do you need me to do?
Go to Fawn's Thicket and collect blossoms of Kingsblood. Druid Irene of the Stonelore Circle says the ones that grow there are the finest examples in Galen. They would be lovely for tour patrons who simply admire beauty. Are you interested?
I'll go to Fawn's Thicket and collect King's Blood blossoms.
We only need a few flowers. Savage Sisters Tours has a reputation of ruggedness and danger, but a few pretty things would not go amiss. Druid Irene is down in the Vine District if you'd like to know more about Fawn's Thicket or Kingsblood.
So what exactly is Savage Sisters Tours?
Oh, just the next big thing to come to Galen. Perhaps the biggest thing to come to all of the Sisters Archipelago. Gonfalon Bay on High Isle attracts all the well-to-do from Tamriel. Well, my tour is going to change that.
Why do you say that?
Savage Sisters Tours will combine the grandeur of High Isle with the, well, savageness of Galen. We'll attract the most intrepid and adventurous tourists from across Tamriel. And you can be a part of it.
By performing these jobs for you?
Exactly so. I need scouts to find the best spots for our patrons to explore. And since I'm so busy here in Bastir, that means I need heroes like you to help out. Together, we'll put Galen on the map.
Okay. That's the place. Maybe that's a delve.
Ah, a traveler bold enough to approach Gastok without a hint of fear. Now that is the sort of metal I'm looking for. And if you're looking for work, I've got as much gold to give you as Galen's got troubles.
Are you in need of a hand?
Sometimes things align in the strangest ways, don't they? I need you to kill the forest wraith haunting the Valley of the Watcher.
That's the world boss.
I'd ask you to collect some of the giant sunflowers that have sprung up in the glade there.
Are these two things connected somehow?
The size of the sunflowers may be due to the wraith's presence, but who's to say? The point is, the wraith is dangerous and needs to go. And someone in House Mornard wants a sample of these massive sunflowers for personal purposes. Can you help?
I'll eliminate the forest wraith and return with the sunflowers.
As always, I'd recommend taking on this foe with a group. That said, the requests from within House Mornard ask for discretion, so just keep the details of this job among yourselves, will you?
What are the sunflowers used for exactly?
Nobles get all kinds of ideas in their heads about rare ingredients with properties that give them a different meaning of the word stamina than you are probably used to. If I can accommodate these requests, I try not to ask too many questions.
Why are you willing to help with this sort of thing?
Willing? Ha! Please. Not every request from House Mornard calls for threat of life and limb, but we try to respect even the more frivolous ones for the sake of diplomacy, even if just to spare the lives of some poor defenseless hirelings.
Why are the druids helping the city?
Vastir and all its inhabitants are part of this once untamed island, for better or worse. We Stonelore druids seek harmony through common ground with one another. But the same can't be said of the other circles.
Do you think the other druid circles will ever seek harmony with you?
Will fire ever create instead of destroy? Will the tides ever change their rhythm? Mountains may flatten, waiting for such a change. But it is not impossible, my friend. Nothing ever is.
Tell me about the forest wrath.
Have you ever used an axe to fell a tree? Used that wood to craft armor? Maybe a weapon itself? Imagine if, upon your first stroke of the axe, the tree you were aiming for struck back. That is what forest wraiths are.
Are they spirits of our trees?
When needs call for it, spirits of the forest can facilitate druid magic to meld man and tree. Some among us willingly submit to such an honor. What results is a twisted guardian that has the strength and spirit of both, but the wisdom of neither.
What should I know before facing one?
If you hear it scream, ready your weapon at once. After that, beware of shifting ground and deceptive magic. Once a wraith has identified you as a threat, there is no convincing the angry spirit that pilots these beings otherwise.
Okay, that will be a world boss somewhere there.
You there. You look quite capable. Would you be interested in helping seal the volcanic vents on Galen?
What's the situation with the volcanic vents?
The vents are causing problems all over Galen. Activity is at an all-time high. If something isn't done, these vents could lay waste to vast areas of the island. Perhaps raise everything to the ground.
What can I do to help?
Grab a group of competent adventurers and head to the active volcanic vent. Once there, confront the molten beasts in the area and keep the vent from erupting. Easier said than done, of course. Will you help? The Stone Lore Circle will pay.
I'll gather some forces and deal with the volcanic vent.
Thank you for your assistance.
Yeah.
Now make sure you enlist some assistance of your own. The creatures you will face will be most formidable.
Are there many Redguard members of the Stone Lord Circle?
No. I came to these lands as a child, orphaned and alone. The Stone Lord Druids took me in when I had nowhere else to go. They've always accepted me, and they are the only family I've ever known. I consider myself as much of a Stone Lord as any.
Why are these vents acting up now?
I'm not sure. Some of us have our suspicions, but no one has any proof. There are those who believe the Firesong's treachery and their refusal of Ifre's true way has upset the balance. Others think there may be something more sinister at play.
Like what?
Like, the Firesong Circle might be doing something intentionally to stoke the volcano's wrath, putting all of Galen in danger. Of course, no one knows anything for sure. All we have are suspicions.
Any advice about how to deal with the volcanic vent?
As I said, you'll need a few other adventurers to help. That's not a suggestion you should take lightly. This is a big job, and it will be a tough fight. You'll need to deal with everything at the vent before it can be sealed, so be prepared.
Okay. Okay, so the delve will be easy. The world boss and the volcanic vent. There is an optional step over here.
Good day, traveler. Is this a chance encounter, or is there something you need me to help you with?
What can you tell me about Faun's ticket?
Curious. You're the second person to ask me about that overgrown glen. We must share a common acquaintance in Lady Julene. I'm surprised. I was sure she would only remember one thing from our chat, and I didn't expect it to be my name.
What one thing was that?
King's blood. She asked you to get some for her, didn't she? As soon as I described the plant's beauty, she had ears for nothing else. I hope she also mentioned the man-eating plants, murderous fawns, and ancient druidic magic?
No, just the flowers.
Ah, well, let my words be a warning then. I tried to dissuade Julene from these tourism ventures, but yet here you are. It seems my guidance fell on deaf ears. Take care if you venture into the glen. I pray you come to no harm.
And that's the main story. And after that we are going into the big world.